Welcome back to the deep dive. For anyone needing top-tier workstation power on the go without being chained to a desk. Well, that's exactly what we're tackling today.
That's right. We're looking at a fascinating piece of tech aiming to answer that very question.
We're diving deep into the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a Mobile Workstation.
Yep. And our source for this is an article from April 16th, 2025. We're going to unpack what makes this machine tick.
Exactly. Our mission here is to pull out the key insights, the most impressive features, and really help you understand if the ZBook Ultra could be a genuine game changer for your professional needs.
And just to pique your interest straight away, we're talking about a blend of, serious portability, robust security, and some pretty hefty components. Think the AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro 390 processor.
Okay, let's get into it then, starting with the first impression. Design and build quality. The article mentions a premium design and high-quality materials. What does that actually mean for someone looking for a pro tool?
Well, it suggests HP wasn't just focused on the internals. Premium design, high-quality materials. It points towards a device that probably feels solid, looks professional, and hopefully is built to last.
That's crucial, isn't it? Especially if you're carrying it around daily.
Absolutely. Durability matters. And the article highlights this balance between robustness and being lightweight. That's often a tough compromise to get right.
It really is. You either get sturdy but heavy or light but maybe feeling a bit flimsy. HP seems to be aiming for that sweet spot for mobile professionals here.
Right. And they also mention precisely manufactured details and ergonomic solutions. Often it's those little things, isn't it? Like the keyboard feel, the trackpad responsiveness.
Things that make a real difference during long work sessions.
Exactly. Comfort and efficiency.
And portability is stressed. Fits easily into any bag, it says. That sounds great, but hopefully not at the cost of essential ports. That's the usual trade-off with slim laptops.
Yeah, that's a key point. A slim design's great, but needing a bag full of dongles just kills productivity, doesn't it?
Totally. So it'll be interesting to see the connectivity later. But before that, let's talk about the screen. Sounds like a highlight.
Definitely seems like it. A 14-inch OLED. It's a 2.8K IPS display, resolution of 2880 by 1800 pixels. And it's a touchscreen.
Wow, okay. OLED plus that resolution on a 14-inch screen. That should look incredibly sharp.
Absolutely. OLEDs generally mean amazing contrast, deep blacks, vibrant colors. And yeah, that pixel density will make everything look crisp. Plus, the touchscreen adds another layer of interaction.
Useful for certain workflows, for sure. And it mentions 400 nits of brightness. Good enough for bright environments.
Should be pretty decent, yeah. 400 nits is respectable and helps combat glare when you're maybe near a window or, outdoors sometimes.
And crucially for creative work, it covers 100% of the DCI-P3 color gamut.
Exactly. That's huge for anyone doing color-critical work, photo editing, video grading, design. It means what you see on the screen is accurate to industry standards. You can trust the colors.
So a display that seems built for both focused work and creative tasks. Okay, let's move under the hood. The article calls the AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro 390 the engine of this workstation. What's the deal with this chip?
Right, so this is the brain, the heart of the machine. It boosts up to 5 gigahertz, which already tells you it's got serious traditional processing power. But that AI Max Pro name, that's the clue.
Meaning
it's more than just a standard CPU. It's specifically optimized for, modern artificial intelligence application.
More than just a calculation tool, as the article puts it. So how does that AI optimization work in practice?
Well, it has a special architecture. Part of that is a dedicated neural processing unit, an NPU. The article states it delivers up to 50 TOPS.
TOPS?
Yeah, tera operations per second. It's basically a measure of how many trillions of calculations it can perform per second, specifically for AI tasks. Think of it as the thinking speed of the AI part of the chip. 50 TOPS is, it's a lot.
Okay, so really fast for things like image recognition, data analysis, machine learning models, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Tasks that can really bog down a traditional CPU, the NPU is designed to handle them much more efficiently.
So this machine isn't just for Word and Excel, it's genuinely geared towards complex AI workloads too.
That's the idea. And you combine that processor with 64 gigabytes of fast LPDDR5X RAM running at 8533 MTs, and a fast terabyte SSD. The whole system should feel incredibly responsive, even with demanding software.
No waiting around, hopefully.
That's what the article suggests, smooth operation. And of course, cooling becomes vital with this kind of power.
Right. Optimized cooling technologies are mentioned. Need to keep it stable under load without throttling or overheating.
Absolutely essential for sustained performance in a compact chassis like this.
Okay, let's circle back to connectivity then. You mentioned how crucial ports are. What have they managed to pack in?
Okay, so on the left side, one USB Type-C running at 10 gigabits per second supports USB power delivery for charging and DisplayPort 2.1 for external monitors.
Good start.
Then there's an HDMI 2.1 port, standard headphone microphone combo jack, and then a Thunderbolt 4 port.
Thunderbolt 4. That's powerful.
Very. 40 gigabits per second bandwidth, also supports USB-C and DisplayPort 2.1. And finally, some kind of I/O port, though the article doesn't specify exactly what that is.
Okay. Still, a strong lineup on the left. What about the right side?
On the right, a classic USB Type-A port, also 10 gigabits per second. And this one has charging capabilities for your phone or whatever. Then there's a security cable slot.
Yeah.
And another Thunderbolt 4 port.
2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. Okay, that's impressive. That offers huge flexibility for docking stations, multiple high-res displays, fast external storage.
Exactly. And having that USB-A is still really handy for older peripherals, mice, keyboards, flash drives.
Yeah, definitely avoids needing an adapter for everything. So it seems like they didn't skimp on connectivity despite the size. It should integrate well into most setups.
Looks that way. Very versatile.
Beyond the core specs and ports, what other features stood out in the article? Fast networking is mentioned, Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4.
Yep, the latest wireless standards. So fast, reliable connections, whether you're in the office or on the move. Also, an AI-optimized 5-megapixel camera.
Better video quality for calls, which is basically essential now.
Right. And they mentioned a spill-resistant HP premium keyboard, which is backlit. Nice touch for durability and working in dim light.
Always appreciate a spill-resistant keyboard. And a fingerprint reader.
Yeah. With Windows Hello support. Convenient and secure login. And the audio sounds promising, too. 4 stereo speakers, each with its own watt and amplifier. Might actually be decent for quick audio checks or conferencing without headphones.
Interesting. Okay, let's dive a bit deeper into that AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro 390 again. The article calls it a highlight of the new generation. We touched on the NPU, but what's the bigger picture for this chip in a mobile workstation?
Well, like we said, the AI optimization is a major part. But it's really the combination. You get the powerful CPU cores for traditional tasks. You get integrated graphics, the AMD Radeon 8050S, we'll touch on that. And you get that dedicated NPU for AI acceleration.
So it's designed to handle mixed workloads efficiently.
Precisely. Think about creative workflows that are starting to use AI features like smart object selection in Photoshop or AI-powered noise reduction in video editing. This chip is built to accelerate those specific tasks significantly.
Right. Potentially speeding things up dramatically compared to just using the CPU.
Exactly. Turning minutes into seconds for certain operations, making those advanced features genuinely usable on the go, not just something you wait to do back at a desktop.
And the article also mentions its multitasking capabilities and energy efficiency. Still key for mobile use.
Hugely important. You need to run multiple demanding apps without crippling performance, and you need decent battery life. An efficient processor is fundamental to achieving both, especially in a thin and light design.
Makes sense. So let's quickly touch on the graphics then. The integrated AMD Radeon 8050S, what can we expect from that?
Well, it's integrated graphics, so we're not talking discrete GPU power like in a thicker gaming laptop. But the article suggests it's quite capable. It should ensure smooth rendering for, moderately graphics-intensive stuff.
Like what?
Things like CAD work, maybe some 3D modeling, definitely high-resolution video playback, and even some editing. It mentions delivering razor-sharp images.
And again, energy efficiency is highlighted here too.
Right. That's crucial for thermals and battery life in a mobile platform. Integrated graphics draw less power than dedicated cards. Plus, optimized software support helps it integrate well into professional workflows like CAD and design suites.
Okay. Another critical area for professionals is security. The article brings up the HP Wolf Pro Security Edition. What's that about?
So HP puts a big emphasis on security, especially in their business lines. Wolf Pro Security is their suite of security features. It offers comprehensive protection mechanisms working at different levels below the OS and the OS above the OS.
Trying to protect data from various threats.
Exactly. In an age of constant cyber threats, Having robust, built-in security is a major selling point for businesses and individuals handling sensitive data.
And combining that security focus with the portability makes it appealing for people working outside a secure office environment.
That's the pitch, yes. Take your work anywhere, but with confidence in your data security. Features like HP SureRun, SureSense, they're designed to offer multi-layered protection against malware and attacks.
And there's a 74.5 watt-hour battery mentioned. Should provide decent uptime, hopefully.
That's a pretty sizable battery for a 14-inch laptop, especially a potentially power-hungry workstation. It suggests battery life was definitely a design consideration.
Okay, let's try to pull this all together. Summing up the key benefits. It really sounds like more than just a standard laptop.
It does. It seems positioned as a reliable, high-performance companion that merges pro-level power, modern security, and genuine mobility in one quite sleek package.
Driven by that AMD Ryzen AI processor and the Radeon graphics, capable of handling demanding tasks, including those increasingly common AI-powered features and graphics work.
Right. Suitable for design, complex calculations, AI development, but also just fine for day-to-day office tasks, especially with that excellent display, the thoughtful features like the keyboard and ports.
So for professionals who don't want to compromise, who need power and flexibility.
It looks like a really compelling combination of performance, design, and security. And it comes with Windows 11 Pro pre-installed, which is the standard for business environments.
It certainly sounds like an impressive overall package. So the final takeaway seems to be that the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a delivers serious workstation capabilities in a remarkably portable and secure form factor.
Yeah, that sums it up well. And it does leave us with an interesting thought, doesn't it, for you, our listeners. Considering how fast AI is moving, how might having a dedicated NPU in your next mobile workstation fundamentally change your workflow? What new kinds of tasks could you tackle on the go?
That's a great question. Or maybe, as that line between desktop power and mobile flexibility keeps blurring, what becomes your absolute non-negotiable must-have feature in a professional mobile workstation going forward?
Something to ponder.
Definitely food for thought. If you're intrigued and want to dig into the specifics of the HP ZBook Ultra 14-inch G1a, the article mentions more information is available over on the HP store. Thank you for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time.